Hey Flosstube, this is Sarah.
And that's Julie.
And we're Gulf Coast Stitches. It has been at least 3 or 4 months since we filmed a video together because Sarah's been at college. Belmont University, Nashville, Tennessee. Woo!
Yes.
And we just want to take a second again at the very beginning of the video to thank everybody who helped her out and skip their lattes to help her launch her way to Nashville because it was a tough couple months before she got to go, but everything worked out great. She hasn't even been back to tell you about her NDOC experience when she went through naval training in Great Lakes, but how would you sum that up?
Wouldn't do it again, but glad that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Learned a lot. It was valuable. I understand why they do it.
She got deathly sick.
I did get
Everybody
very
else
sick.
did too, though. That was just part of it.
It would have been a lot easier if I wasn't. I had bronchitis and pneumonia at the same time, so as you can imagine.
And then we had, we've talked about this before, but if you're new to our channel, welcome. We're a mother-daughter team. Often
Belmont mom, not sister. Don't confuse
I have to
her.
specify because I don't get totally flattered or anything when people think that we're sisters. Yeah, it's pretty exciting for me as a mom to think everyone think we're sisters. But anyway, mother-daughter duo. We craft together. Sarah is much better and more enthusiastic about fully finishing things than I am. So I've been taking this time while she's gone to college to just whip out a whole bunch of smalls and try to get stuff done so that maybe when she's home over Christmas break, she can have a finishing parade. Life update on me. So that's life update on her. She's almost finished with her first semester of nursing school.
Finals next week.
Next week. And
if you pray for me.
Pray for her. However, she's maintained straight A's so far. So we're so proud of her with that. And life update for me, many of you who were, especially those friends of mine who were at the Midwest Cross Stitchers retreat in Amana, Iowa. It was amazing. I was in a boot. I'm in a much more intense boot now. I talked about that in a previous video. It comes all the way up to my knee. We call her Peggy. Thanks for that. I think Candy Askins may have dubbed my situation with my leg as Peggy the Peg Leg. But hey, it's cool. So life update on that. I am having Achilles surgery on December the 10th. So that being said, we're going to have lots to show you today, lots to update in the shop. There's going to be a Black Friday sale, so check your email for a coupon code. You need to subscribe to my website at gulfcoaststitches.com. Subscribe there to get email updates, and there will be an awesome coupon code for Black Friday. And I'm probably going to just go ahead and activate it after this video because let's be honest, there's not Black Friday anymore. It's like gray. It's like beige Wednesday, gray Thursday, Black Friday.
But I still love it.
We still love it. It still brings excitement.
Neutral post-Thanksgiving weekend.
That's right. So I'm just going to run the coupon code, which you'll have to check your email to see what that's good for, but I promise it'll be worth your while. Another thing to mention is I still have a bunch of charts that are 20, 30, and 40% off in the clearance section of my website. So if you go to gulfcoaststitches.com, across the top, you're going to see a little tab for clearance, and that'll bring it all up. And you just scroll and scroll and scroll and find all the things. There are a lot of relatively new release charts that are 15 to 20% off. I just need to clear them out. I keep threatening, Dan keeps threatening to move all my stitchy stuff into Sarah's room, which is where we're at now. It's beautiful lighting. It's great. It's her humble abode. We love this room. It hasn't happened yet. And now it's probably not going to happen anytime soon because when I have the surgery on the 10th, I'll be grounded to downstairs, which makes me really sad because the bedrooms are upstairs. So I will be a recliner dwelling stitcher for the Christmas holiday, so I guess it could be worse.
I'll get to practice my nursing skills.
She's going to practice her nursing skills. I have my surgery on the 10th, and you come home...
The 11th. 12th.
Yeah, the 12th. So right about the time that I'm getting irritated with having to be down.
Yeah.
So I'll be no weight bearing at all on my right foot, and there's so many more things that come into play with that than I have ever thought of, like the shower situation and just getting around. So if you've had foot surgery or you have any helpful comments, drop them below, because I would love to, if there's any hacks or things that I need to know. So that's life update, what's going on around here.
One more.
Oh, one more.
If you are interested in my ROTC experience or college, or if you have a child or a niece or nephew that's interested in ROTC or even just like general college stuff, I just created an independent YouTube channel. Nothing to do with Flosstube, so sorry, but I'll still be on this channel. But it's college ROTC. I just posted my first video is about the scholarship process and kind of some tips for building a strong scholarship application. So if you know anybody who's trying to go that route, you can send them my way. They can message me, comment, whatever, and I'd be happy to answer their questions.
Or if you just want to keep up with Sarah and what she's got going on. I know so many of you have embraced her and loved her in this community. Hopefully, prayerfully, please say your prayers for me for this. Prayerfully, we will still be attending Market, and we had a blast at that last year. The plan is still at this point to go to Market. It will just depend on my healing. The trouble is my surgery's on my right foot, so I can't drive for 12 weeks, and then I just don't know how I'm gonna heal. So the plan is to go to Market and do it like we did last year and do some live feeds and some streams and all those things. That
was so fun, and I know everybody loved that.
And so I am going to go out on a limb and say that if I am not at Market, I'm pretty sure that Robbie and Sarah will be there, because Sarah lives like 15 minutes away.
Not even. And
we still need to bring all the wonderful things home to you. So she may be there in my absence, but I'm going to do my very best. That is part of my focused healing, is just knowing that that's coming up in March. And honestly, from December to March, I should be in good shape, bearing any unforeseen healing problems. So pray, pray, pray. Thanks so much for that. I appreciate that. And now on to the stitching part of the video. We're 7 minutes in. We're doing pretty good. So I'm going to start with, the only personal haul I have, because let's be honest, there's probably not much out there I don't own. Most of you know that Brenda Gervais was the designer in Amana at the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat, which we are booked to go to next year. And there were things, her room was so beautifully set up, and it was just sensory overload like it always is, and there were things that I missed, and there were things I saw other people had, and I just reached out and contacted Brenda and just ordered them through her retail shop. So Brenda Gervais' shop is Country Stitches online, I believe. It's not hard to find. But these are 4 sampler charts that I had not seen prior to this, and yeah, so I wanted to support Brenda, and I ordered them from her directly. I'm going to let Sarah, she's sitting closer than I am, so I'm going to let her show these to you. But these are available on Brenda's website. So this is Frances Poole. I think Brenda and the Serial Starter have featured this and just said that it's everything perfect in a sampler. And it is. And it's a reproduction. Sarah, you can show the back. You can see the original. So, I'm probably going to just do a floss toss. The only commitment plan thing that I have for 2020 stitching plans is that I am not purchasing floss for anything. Between Victorian Motto, DMC, Classic Colorworks, Color and Cotton, Ships Manor, and Weeks Dye Works, and Gentle Arts, I have it all here. I may just have to get close on the colors, but, yeah. And I probably don't need to buy fabric. We'll talk about my fabric sale in a minute. But here's another one.
I love how these all kind of match my nails too.
And that I can't see the title of this one.
Mary Jane Smallman. Smallman.
Yep, Mary Jane Smallman, 1836.
A 19th century schoolgirl sampler.
Again, I mean, the cuteness. The color palette is so Brenda Gervais, which I love. I love that it's a reproduction.
Sorry for the angle, but I'm trying not to catch any glare.
This one you've seen because a lot of people picked this up, and I just overlooked it in her shop. So this is Harriet Coe, I believe. And this is just amazing. It has a ton of eyelet stitches, which I don't hate. I love the border. I love stitching that border. That's a border that I can get through pretty quick. But I just love the colors of that one. And then this is Anne Sandals. This is my last haul purchase. The border on this one is intriguing to me too. Like, I can see that I will probably do the lines first around the border and then fill the flowers in. It's an Adam and Eve, which I'm not always drawn to, but I mean, reproduction samplers. You've probably heard this 1,000 times by now, but Brenda Gervais' sampler presentation was just fantastic. And then I got home and watched coverage of it again, and I was like, why didn't I find these things? So I had fun. So, my whips. I only have 2 whips. I've been pretty faithful to them because...
Wait, did this fall out of here?
That fell out of here. So, my 2 whips, Johnny Depp Jesus. I've made a ton of progress on Johnny Depp Jesus on this side. Sarah's boyfriend Eric was like, you could totally leave it just like this, and it could be like a statement of, how did he put it? Like the, I don't know.
He said something about like dissolving and like ethereal.
Yeah, he's like, it just looks like he's like evaporating into the, I don't know what he was talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna finish him, but I've been working on him. This requires...
What's going on with this cover?
Okay, so the reason this cover is pulled over is because I had to stitch this row, and the cover was in the way. Okay. So I just slid it over so that my Lowry stand still was protecting the fabric. So that's why it's like that. And when I did that, fun fact, I could do this.
And then just stitch right
And
here.
then I could stitch right there and then highlight as I go. I'm not normally a highlighter, and I know that you're not going to be able to do anything with this chart, but yes. So there's a ton of confetti in this. The colors are all very close, so that's how that's going. And this is the Vervaco kit, I believe. And I think it's just Vervaco Jesus, but Johnny Depp Jesus for obvious reasons. And then Marcy Thiessen, if you're watching, Marcy. I know I can feel Marcy cheering me on from wherever she's at. The Prairie Schooler alphabet is happening. I'm gonna just show. Look at this fabric. This is how big it is. This is how big it's going to be. Ginormous. I know everyone's going to ask. This is 32 count weeks in parchment. Weeks dye works. Everyone's all the fuss about Zweigart, which I love Zweigart based fabrics. But I absolutely love everyone calls it the floppiness. I love the floppiness of Weeks dye works, so Sarah can hold that up. That's A for Anchor is almost done. I'm using all the called for colors in DMC except the red. I switched out to 221 because the red that was in there was very brassy and orangey, and so I'll finish this block probably tonight, I hope. But I have to.
The lighting is really good right now.
Yeah, I have to make Thanksgiving things tonight. So those are my 2 whips pretty much exclusively. One thing I will show in here that it was haul from Amana, but I'm begging Sarah, you don't know this yet, I'm begging you I really want to do red work embroidery, so look at that. It's called My Favorite Things, and it's all the sewing stuff. So the way I understand this works is you tape it to a window, you tape the pattern to a window, you trace the pattern onto your fabric, and then you freeform redwork embroider it, which I'm so excited to do, but I'm really scared to trace on the fabric for some reason. I don't know why that scares me so much.
Do you use a pencil?
But it does. You can use a pencil or a Sharpie, and you're going to stitch...
Sharpie!
I'm thinking mechanical pencil probably, and you're going to stitch over that, but...
I think Sharpie would just be hard to cover. But I don't know. I literally know nothing. I'm just talking out of ignorance here because I don't know anything.
So I'm going to see maybe if she'll do that for me maybe tomorrow morning so that I can sit and work on it because I need another whip. I don't have enough. As Robbie said, and I also picked up a wool felting kit, which I showed in a previous video, and Robbie was like, she told her husband Ed that I came home with 2 new hobbies. So this is a Rika King House of Stitch and Stash. You've heard wonderful things about her project bags. They're all true. This big Man Mojama is holding the entire Prairie Schooler alphabet and all the flosses and all the things, and it's perfect for that. All right, Sarah's got some whips.
This is just an older whip that I have. I might stitch on it tonight. I'm kind of feeling stitchy.
Yep.
But obviously, being in college, like, I don't have enough time but I barely have enough time to sleep, let alone have a hobby, which is
and so many people talk about how they stitched in like college and then they come back to it later.
Yeah,
I think that'll happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying this week. But this is so cute. Right now, the anniversary.
I'm dead over the house.
And then this is what I got going on. I love this fabric. Don't remember what fabric it is. I literally started this, I think a year ago. I got very ill. With
a random unidentified virus.
Yeah, and I was sick for like a week and a half, and that's when I started this. So I feel like when I got well, I kind of put it away, and I was like, I'm not looking at that for a while.
Also, I think when you got well, you were like ready to get up out of the house, get off the couch, and go be a teenager.
But now that I'm looking back at this again, I really like it, so I think I'm gonna start on that again.
Show them your project bag.
This is a hefty project bag. We don't sell these on the shop, but you can go to your local Walmart and find you a hefty project bag.
So
this is actually, okay, honestly though, real talk, these hefty bags are actually pretty great.
Pretty handy for that. It fits all the things, and they're budget friendly.
Yep.
Okay, so that's it for our personal situation, what we got going on for whips. I hope you can hear us as I'm talking away from the camera.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Crinkle, crinkle. Okay, these are things that are not old to the shop. They may have been listed since the previous video, but we're just gonna whip through them. I'll go first with Louisa Coulamore. So this, let's talk about Hands Across the Sea samplers and Amazing Nicola Parkman. This was a previously out of print, super overpriced on eBay, hard to find Bristol Orphanage sampler. Bristol Orphanage samplers are the rage, and for obvious reasons. Everything about them is amazing. I have this one copy left on my website, so if you want it, pop over and grab it. Putting it in your cart doesn't claim it for you until you purchase it. I have my own copy, and then I have this one copy, but this is brand new, and it is the reprint. So speaking of reprints real quick, the news is out. It's on my Facebook page. It's on Instagram. It's everywhere that the Uffendale sisters have been reprinted. Sarah's leaving us.
1 second.
Oh, Dan's
I'm being summoned.
Dan's summoning her. So the Uffendale sisters are being reprinted. But not in their original format. There's lots more information about that on Nicola Parkman's Hands Across the Sea YouTube channel. Basically, the initial printing, they were both in one booklet, and they were like a flip book, and I don't have one. I wouldn't pay $600 was the last price I saw on eBay for them. So now they're being re-released in solo formats, and those are available for pre-order on my website. So please, please, please consider doing it. I think that they're going to run out as well because we love everything Hands Across the Sea. And if you love the Uffendale sisters and didn't get your chance to purchase them, you'd be a fool to miss out on it. So, Louisa Coulamore, back by popular demand. I'm going to keep going because Sarah's dad pulled her out of the room. This is Abbey Rose, Liberty Lane. I think I've showed this before, and somehow I neglected to add these to the website. So it's patriotic. It's not patriotic season, I understand, but there's houses, flags, amazing trees. Everything is awesome about those. These are also older charts that are back to my shop. I've got to scoot up. because my helpers stepped out. So this is Summer Seascape. This picture does not do this justice. I've seen this stitched in shops, and I'm absolutely dead about the houses. I love this. So this is a Little House Needleworks chart, and this is from 2010. And I have a pretty good handful of those back in the shop. We've talked about this one before. These are out of print left and right. Not out of print, out of stock. They're still being printed. But I have just 2 copies left. And this is the Madame Chantilly tiered tray for Halloween. I know Pam and Steph just talked about it this week. We're all still waiting for the Christmas one to come back, and I know Halloween is past. However, like, come on, you can stitch Halloween all year long. But check out the cute little Rae Dunn mug on the top shelf. Oh! Sarah, you probably haven't seen that before.
Oh, yeah, it's so cute.
Did I miss anything exciting up downstairs?
No.
Okay.
I was taking a picture of them.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what I'm going to show next. Here, this is brand new. Literally just listed to the shop 2 days ago.
Okay. Ooh.
I know.
Cute. Okay, Handson
Sarah
Design.
might get a new whip. She got 4. She ain't done yet, which means she's one of us.
I used to never do that, but things change. Okay. Handson Design, Holly Jolly Farm.
So that is Kathy Haberman's collaboration with Priscilla Blaine. Sarah's going to crinkle it out.
I think some initial crinkles better for the...
Yeah.
Okay, I already know what my favorite part is. Guess what my favorite part of this is?
This.
Yes! Yeah. This little guy.
So there's 3 charts in there, so you don't have to stitch the whole shebango. Isn't that cute?
Sorry if I'm making anybody sick. Nauseous.
They'll probably only be nauseous if they're doing what I do and watching us on 1.5 speed.
Yeah, and they're...
Sarah will come in the room and she'll be like, why are they talking like that? I'm like, they're not. I'm just listening to them fast because there's so much Flosstube to watch. And then when you meet people in person, I'm like, dang, Pam and Steph talk a lot slower in real life than how I usually listen to them talk. It's kind of funny. Here's a newbie.
Don't you wish in real life sometimes you could just put people on 1.5 speed?
Every day of
I
my
do
life.
it in
Every
class.
day.
In class, I do that for sure. Okay. Handson Design, Cool Yule.
So this is clearly going to be a series. One thing I want to say, Kathy Haberman, if you're watching, you're probably not, but if you are, hey girl, hey. Thank you for this. So Kathy has printed this on a much lighter cardstock than all of the other little ornament charts that she's had. It's on a much floppier, lower weight cardstock, but guess how much they retail for? $4. So if you're on a budget,
if you're balling on a budget, as we
if
call
you're
it.
a college student who needs a really cute Christmas ornament whip that you could start and finish while you're home from college and hang on the tree for your mama.
I feel like this is personal. This is personal.
Right? You could totally have that done. What's the stitch count on this? 63 by 52, and it's stitched in sulky, which we happen to have the entire set of. Just saying. It can happen. But thank you, Kathy, for making that affordable. I know printing is super expensive, and I know that I have customers who will appreciate not spending a mint on a Christmas ornament chart. We talked about this one. This is a big Man Mojama.
Lila Studio with the needle 2.
Number 2. So this has been previously released in a similar format. I should have brought the other one up too so that you could compare them, but this one's huger, if that's a word.
More huger.
More huger. I don't think that's how it goes.
Oh, I love this little... Okay.
It's super big. It's super amazing.
This little mermaid.
You could just do a block too. You don't have to do the whole thing.
Sorry about the glare. I'm really trying.
You could do that in pillows on the top.
Yeah.
If you're not into doing words. I just think that's so cool.
This border on the side kind of gives me Eliza Bell Cox vibes.
Yep. Floral.
This little
floral with birds. I mean, even that.
And the colors are
even that would be an amazing bookmark or banner.
Yeah.
So yeah. The good thing about those big old charts is you get a lot of stuff in them. So this is Kathy Haberman. This is the House on a Hill series. This is Flower of Winter, brand new release, not even on her website yet. With this, you get the finishing wool. Is that wool? I don't know. Finishing fabric. It looks like wool to me. Could be felt. I don't know. We saw these at market, and I wish that I had the discipline to finish one just so you could see that it's a square pillow. Like, remember these when we saw these?
Mm-hmm.
They're fat and fluffy and square. It's weird. It's hard to describe them. You could just do the top if you just wanted to frame it or flat fold it, but they come with this. They're super reasonable. They just arrived in the shop. So, got those. Haven't even listed those yet, I don't think. Yes, I did.
This one next? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Next, Prairie Schooler, Snowy Nights.
This is a reprint. Also, if you were a college student, you might find one of those.
Okay, wait. I
finish.
Love the Cardinals, and I love the Partridge in a Pear Tree.
So, full disclosure, something that is gonna make my Midwest friends probably, they're not gonna understand it. I don't love snowmen. I don't love snowmen because I live in Florida, which today, what's the temperature today?
81 degrees.
81 degrees. We have the air condition on. And Sarah came from being in the 30s, so she was happy about that.
I left Nashville in the morning in a sweatshirt and jeans, freezing cold. I was like debating putting my coat on to leave Nashville. I got out, first stop in Huntsville, Alabama. It was 75. I thought I was going to have a stroke and die right there in the rest stop parking lot. It was so hot, but anyway, we got snow in Nashville. It snowed.
She saw her first snow.
My first.
If you follow her on Instagram, which you totally should, @happily brownie.
Yes.
Her friends captured her seeing snow for the first time.
It was magical.
It was
magical. I was freaking out. My roommate's from Chicago, so she was not amused by the snow, but she was amused by my reaction.
It was
to the
also
snow.
like 11 o'clock p.m. at night, and these girls are early birds. They're not your college partiers. They have a heavy academic load. They're going to bed early. So that was a challenge.
Not to mention PT at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Like, this guy, so you know how I feel about Salty Santas. I love him. Sarah loves the birds. I just don't love snowmen. They're so cute, but I feel like I sell out if I decorate my house with snowmen in Florida.
We do have one snowman decoration, and there's a story, though. It's got these legs that, like, extendo.
He grows.
It's, like, hard to explain. He's like a snowman, but he has people legs.
Yes.
So it's not really a snowman. It's like...
He's a person in a snowman costume.
Yeah.
And he wears Sarah's first name tag when she got her first job when she was 14. Oh, it's, hello, my name is Sarah, even though it's a boy snowman. But whatever, we love him. Yeah. He's the only snowman that I love. The rest of them, like, like, if you live...
Here's a Florida snowman.
Yeah, that guy counts. He's a
looks
little
like
different.
A snowman from the front. Then you're like, oh, he's a little sandpiper.
He's a sandpiper. That's right. So that would be kind of like if you, and no shade if you have this kind of decor in your house, but if you live in, say, where's a good cold place? You live in Fargo, and you decorate your house with flamingos. That would be kind of odd to me, but you do you. So that's how I feel about it. Sorry, I probably have one person that lives in Fargo that has...
The one person in Fargo with flamingos, we still love you.
You live your best life.
Live your best life.
You guys have seen these before. Lindy Stitches, these came out maybe a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago. They are on the website. I'm going to let Sarah show those. Mary Manatee. I wouldn't finish as a drum because I'm a drum chicken, but look at the top.
Cute. Fun fact, the Florida manatee just got off the endangered species list a couple weeks ago.
Another fun fact, we had some Florida manatees that towed our anchored boat away from the beach while we were on the beach once.
I wasn't there for this.
We thought it was a person, and it was manatees, and they were so cute. They were chewing on the rope, which they may have found some vegetation on. So, we love the Florida manatee.
I'm trying to figure out which way these go. This way. Stocking stuffers.
So, would you call these geese or swans?
They're not swans.
So
well, this might be a black swan. Why is this one gray? I don't know. They got swan necks.
Stephanie Webb, I don't know if they're swans or geese, but girl, they are cute. I love that they are quilty. I love that you can have your goose stuffed. Maybe that's what this is.
The goose itself isn't stuffed. The goose is stuffing. It would be kind of weird.
Is there anything that tells us more about this? Both swans. Okay. Please don't think that we're
the
idiots.
black swan, the gray swan. Okay, so I just learned that there's such a thing as a gray swan. So
you betcha there is.
And I love the gray swan. So cute. Okay, Country Cottage. Where's the title of this? Oh, Away We Go.
I would have called this Ho Ho Ho, Away We Go. But there you go. Get it? So you don't have to do this on dark fabric. Not at all. Show it again and think of what it would look like on a neutral, because I'm the queen of neutral fabrics. It would be cute either way. I love it. This is by Abby Rose Designs. I know Steph picked this up for her personal stash and is going to be stitching it soon. I love everything about this. I have a few copies. Christmas Time by Abby Rose Design. I mean, it is prim. The trees are so cute. I don't know what the stitch count is, but the package is little, so I don't think it's that big. So cute.
Now I want to do an ornament.
I want you to. So bad.
Okay.
This is like pillow size, though, dude. This is not
ornament size.
Let me open this up, because I feel like this is one of those that you're like, oh, look how cute this little chart is, and then you get it, and not so much. So we're still on the Abby Rose Design. Let me look this up. 117 by 80, so it's not an ornament size.
Dang. Why is the little package? The little package
is probably saving on packaging.
You're right. So smart.
So thanks, Abby Rose.
Yeah. Okay. This one is La Di Da, a Merry Christmas sampler.
I'm into it. One of these is going into my stash, because look at that look at that tree. So we have several of these. I just need to get them loaded. Some of this stuff I've kind of put on the back burner because, you know, foot situation. Okay. So these we've shown before. Sarah has not seen these, so I'm going to let her show these. These just aren't getting that much attention in the shop, and I can't understand it because, number 1, Beth Twist. Number 2, Beth Twist. Number 3, Beth Twist, and they're adorable. So we're going to start from the top.
Yeah. Heartstring Samplery, obviously Beth Twist. This one is Advent Candles Ornament Set.
And they are so small that Sarah could probably finish 3 of these on break. See what I'm doing here?
Next one is A Thankful Life.
You don't have to stitch this in an over-the-chair pin keep. You could simply just stitch that part, and it would be amazing, nonetheless.
And T-ball ornaments.
Okay, so Sarah hasn't seen this yet either. So those are stitched on T infuser balls.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
How neat.
I know. So then they're like circular and so cute. You don't have to do that either. You can make them into flat ornaments.
I've never even seen.
You know what I'm talking
that.
about?
Yeah, they're like the mesh kind of.
Yep.
Wow. Is that?
They're DMC. The color. I mean, it takes like 4 colors.
Beth Twist.
They're
is
not
so
very big. Beth Twist is
so creative.
She be definitely bringing the original game, because some people you're like, oh, here's another chart by fill in the blank designer, and here's another motif that we've seen 1,000 times in a different chart. Not Beth Twist.
Beth Twist was making tea one night, and I'm making this up. I don't know if this is true. Beth Twist was making tea one night, and she looks at her little tea infuser. She's filling it with her tea leaves, and she's like, you know what? We could put this on the tree. We could make this cute. And then, bam.
Oh, I just had a great idea with this.
Tree.
Okay. Imagine if you will. Imagine if you will. You stitch this. Okay?
I'm imagining
any one of these. Are you with me still?
I'm with me.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Close your eyes. Feel.
Okay.
This is going to be a smell-o-vision moment. Then you fill the mesh ball with like cinnamon and orange potpourri and hang it on the tree. I just thought that was a great idea. I don't know. I mean,
that would be a good
cross-stitch,
gift.
Cross-stitch police, please don't tell me that if orange comes in contact with floss,
it bleaches it.
Bleach it and degrade over time, because guess what? These are Christmas ornaments. They're not your life's work. And I personally would absolutely love if somebody gave me a mesh T-ball filled with, like, you know what I'm talking about, the
like potpourri kind of.
Potpourri, but like the, what do you call that? The loose leaf tea that's like got big bits in
Robbie
it.
knows what we're talking about.
Robbie is screaming at the TV right. Robbie right now has thrown her stuff down and said, oh, geez.
She's probably going to the kitchen to send us a picture of it right now.
This is what, exactly right. The last thing we have to show, this is an oldie. It's a Blackbird design. It's past fall, but can you believe it with all that border? I mean, I'm opening it to see what the stitch count is, but this is happening for me. We keep looking out the window that's behind Sarah's, in Sarah's room behind this computer, because boats. People are yachting today because it's 80 degrees.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to open this puppy up to see what kind of stitch count we're talking
This
here.
bad boy.
103 by 103. Not doable over not doable over Thanksgiving break to hang on the Christmas
Maybe if
tree.
I stayed up 24 hours a day all week.
Oh, you gonna be up because you gonna be my caregiver after my surgery. I'm gonna have a bell.
I'll be working those 12-hour shifts.
That's right. She might as well get used to those nursing shifts. I'm gonna ring a little bell. Ding ding ding, ding ding ding. No, I'm scared to death, guy. And full disclosure, I have had major stomach surgery. I have had elbow surgery 3 times. See the scars. I'm scared to death to have my foot done because I could still walk with the rest of that going on. The upside is I can still stitch with this going on. But I'm real nervous to be on the knee scooter because
we're going to decorate it, don't worry.
Yes, we're going to decorate it.
I had a great idea. Okay,
bring it. Bring the ideas.
Obviously, lights are happening. Obviously. We gotta put lights on them.
LEDs?
LEDs, obviously.
Battery powered? Got it.
I have some right there we can use.
Yep.
Hanging above you can't see them, but they're above the curtain. Obviously lights. Then, prairie schoolers finished like ornaments.
I finished 4. She has to finish them.
Guess what? Prairie scooters! For the scooter!
Okay, how about this? How about I stitch a little prairie schooler and I put him on a scooter in the stitch.
We could put him on a scooter.
We can fill him with potpourri and my scooter will smell fresh.
All the best of all the worlds.
We're such idiots. Okay, so there is... I'm seeing the hashtags float back around for my stitchy wish list. I've never done it. There is only one chart that I am going to beg. I'm going to beg Hoffman to reprint it first because it's a prairie schooler. But if you have this chart in your stash and you're done, want to loan it out, you don't even have to give it to me or anything. But I would love the weather. I believe it's called Weatherwise for 2 reasons. Number 1, it has a weather vane on it, which I'm obsessed with. Have I finished a stitched weather vane? Mm-mm.
Do we have a weather vane?
Mm-mm. But
we love them.
We love them. My Meemaw had one. Y'all know how I feel about Meemaw. And I have a collection of weather vane charts that I want to do. And it has I believe it has, if I remember correctly, I've never seen it in real life. I think it has the rain, go away, come back another day, which I love that. Also Meemaw memory. So if you're sitting on Weatherwise somewhere, let me know. Also, on the way here from Hoffman has not arrived yet, but be on the lookout at my shop or other needlework shops. If you have a local needlework shop, if you have a local needlework brick and mortar, 100%, I 100% support you supporting them. I would love to be your online needlework shop if you don't have one already.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Not even shameless. Full of shame. There have reprinted Santa Rides. Remember that chart that some of y'all were paying $80 for on eBay? Hoffman reprinted it. It'll be available for $12 as soon as it gets here. I've already ordered it. And they reprinted another Christmas one that I can't remember. Santa Rides is the Santa in the weather balloon. I cannot wait I'm definitely going to do that. I've been on a prairie schooler kick. Thanks to Marcy. Marcy, I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. Just saying hello to my other friends, Lori McCleary. I can't wait to come to Sisters, Oregon. Thank you for the invite. We are going to make that happen. Michelle Rudy, thank you for being you and all of the amazing things that you do for the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat. I can't wait to get there. Pam and Steph. Steph, thanks for always being on the other end of the phone when I have to text you a freak out about something. You're always there. Pam, I love you too. All my friends. Robbie. Ed. Ed's getting kind of Flosstube famous too, because people have met him. He's getting out there. So I guess it's gonna be everyone refers to Robbie as Julie's Robbie, so then he'll be Robbie's Ed. And that's how we'll do it. We love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us. If you hung out this long, we just winged it. It's been a long time. Watch your email for a coupon code. I'm gonna send that out today. And say a special prayer for me, again, for my surgery. And we may be back. If Sarah finishes an ornament, we're stopping the presses. We will stop the press and film a Flosstube. I mean, she could do one of them little balls for sure. It could happen. Anyway, we love you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you before Christmas for sure. Love you.
Bye.